Yeah, kid. Let the people come on in. No, we're not letting the people come on in. We starting the show. Let's go. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes though. She like, ooh la la, they go, ooh la la, she like, ooh la la, we go, ooh la la, on a Friday, ooh la la, she like, ooh la la, they go, ooh la la, she like, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovitz TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on my side, we deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes when people don't be acting flaky, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. I got mine in today. So before you leave the page, if that sound like something you can rock with, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload these videos, you get alerted. And if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, then you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. And we in the end game because last night we lost the legend. You know what I mean? Jim Brown. 87 years old, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, running back in the NFL, a prominent, figure inside of, the civil rights movement, and, just a strong, prominent figure overall. So rest in peace to him. I believe the news came out last night, 87 years. And, when you talk to people about death, which a lot of people don't like to talk about, and do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, video, out of here, Mercedes, Benz, and Range Rover, and all that shit out of here. All your worldly possessions, out of here. When you talk to most people about dying and going to the afterlife, people shun away from that. They don't have their business in order. They don't have adult things to be taken care of. Some do, not all, obviously. This doesn't apply to all. You have some people that's very, frugal and finicky about how they take care of their shit. And then most people, they just wing it. You hear a lot of people saying, shit, I'm going to be dead anyway. I ain't going to have to worry about none of that shit. So the question is, how will they remember you? And how did you live your life, if you blessed to live 87 years? And you hear as the announcers on the big networks, ESPN, CBS, Fox and shit. Like I said, Jim Brown is a big deal. When you hear them say, going so soon, going so young, you say, not really. Back in the days, or if you go, you base it off scripture, you say the humans or human beings, of man, they say we live to 100, 120. Some of the prophets or some of the messengers, if you will, not just the regular people. But you say 90 years old, you see some ladies on the news celebrating their 106th year on the planet. That's multiple lifetimes. And you say, and I spoke about this on the show a few times, as you blessed to age, and some of us we embrace it better than others. Some of us try to hold on for dear life. Like, Tony, there was no other way. You keep trying to reverse it and live in your 20s, and you in your second childhood, but you 45. You know what I mean? You stuck back in your high school days, but you're 41, and you ain't been that it girl in forever, but you still think you are. And like 50 Cent said, damn, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? Right. some people embrace it. They say, "Damn, you know what I mean? I'm 45 now. I look pretty damn decent. You know what I mean? I'm 46. I'm 50, whatever it is." And as you blessed to live longer, to get older, and become an old head, you think about your life, you know, and the dash that's between the birth date and the death date, and you say somebody like Jim Brown, who was a great football player in the gladiator arena on the gridiron. Then when Muhammad Ali, got his, his title stripped from him because he didn't want to go fight the Chinaman, and he was telling America, like, you know, the Chinaman never did nothing to me, yet you want me to go, you know what I mean? And I'm not down for the shits. They put the thing together, you know what I mean? And, he was a big voice in that, along with, obviously, other fallen athletes like Bill Russell, etc. So, you know, he was a great activist. He was a movie star. You know, back then, a lot of athletes did jump into the movies. And you think of OJ, etc. You know what I mean? Even though, you know what I mean, I'm not black, I'm OJ. He had a different spill on it because, you know what I mean? He really didn't have like the civil rights vein. But just real quick though, just to speak about Jim Brown before we get into some other shit. You never know when you're gonna go, so you know, and you never know how you're gonna be remembered. The only way you can put some say on how you're gonna be remembered and how people see you, how they view you, is based off how you treat people, based off how you lived your life. Was you righteous? Was you not? Was you honorable? Was you a scumbag? Are you one of the people that when the phone ring off, people look at it and they don't answer you like, who are you? They not picking up for you? Or are you somebody that say like, nah, this person was, you know what I mean? I could leave them with a fortune and they went and violated. Because some people you can leave $1 million with and they'll gladly hold it for you, protect it, keep it in their, you know, in their household or whatever. And then when you want your money back, they'll gladly give it back to you. And then some people you give $100 and you calling all over, and it's like DMX said, let your man hold some. Now it's all about can you get it? Like, you know what I mean? You can't get no money back from them because they scumbags. And you know how we live our lives will be dictated in a large portion of things on how you will be remembered. And most of us, like Thanos said, I hope they remember you. You know what I mean? You see the cup. I hope they remember you. Talking to Tony Stark, a lot of us is just gonna be out of here. And you only get by like if you put it into like months, for Jim Brown, you say he lived 87, 1,000 months is like 80 years, 81, 82 years. That's all you're really gonna get. Even if you're a vegan, even if you're working out all day, like I did 10 miles today, 4 on the treadmill and 6 on the bike. You know what I mean? Like 4 on the treadmill, 6 on the bike. 10 miles, you eating right, you in the best shape of your life. You know what I mean? Like no matter none of that, you're only gonna get a certain amount of time on this earth. So it's what it's what you're gonna do with it. And how will they remember you? And let's talk about this other shit. You know what I mean? I'm from Harlem, like Harlem stand up, New York. So today in Harlem they had the subway rider, Jordan Neely. They had his funeral today on what was it, 116th? Well no, I think it was 113th. Forget it, the funeral home up here in Harlem. And the last live that I did, I spoke about Jordan Neely. I spoke about how the video triggered me to see the white dude, you know what I mean, choking him out. The black, you know, brothers, oh, but you black, holding him down while they was, you know what I mean, while he was choking the life out of him. And, you know, just to rehash some of the things, because now it's political now. Like Jay-Z said, and it's all political now. You know what I mean? Like politics as usual, with the mayor not showing up. Reverend Al Sharpton doing the eulogy, as he does for a lot of these, you know, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Fallen, you know, in the most, some despicable ways, and some ways you be like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, oh, but you black. The family, they ain't really rocking with Mayor Adams, so he didn't show. So yeah, a lot of political people out there, but today is Friday. So I wasn't at the funeral, obviously. I was at Juma Wall. Blessings up to everybody that made Juma services, right? But it's politicized now. But the fact still remains because you see, they did charge him, like I said they would in the last video. Go see the other video that I just did on this subject. I said he should be charged. And this is reason why I should be charged. Because no matter how you try to spin it and keep reversing it in the time loop to keep trying to change shit, the fact of the matter is you a Marines vet. That incriminalizes you more, in my opinion, because it gives credence to you know what you was doing. You're trained at this shit. You're not just some regular subway rider riding a train and don't know what the fuck you doing. No, you was trained. Hours of training. Daniel-san, focus. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. You trained in hand-to-hand combat. You know what you're doing. You could take on probably 2, 3 regular people that don't know what they're doing and get the best of them, and you the best around, and nothing's ever gonna keep, like, you the best around. Like, all you can be. Don't that sound like some dumb shit? And that's a Jeezy reference, and I think that's the first time that I quoted Jeezy on this channel. So that's let's give a silence for that. You know what I mean? I fucks with Jeezy, but that's the first time that I quoted him. And then he said, "Now be all you can be." Don't that sound like some dumb shit? When they train these people, and I'm being funny, but I'm not, because I have people in the military. I have people that serve, right? With that being said, just like the cops, when we expect them to, do some Jet Li shit and unarm the man, pull out the taser, kick him in the ear, throw the cuffs on him, do all this other shit, Anna Jolini, make the bullets spin around the corner, hit him in the calf muscle, like, you know what I mean? Instead of killing him. These are all of the things that you hear people when they mad and they outrage and they like, yo, they Black Lives Matter, fucking cops, fucking pigs killed them, shot them 41 times, and them cops uptown hit homes with 41 rounds. Live your life, right? He knew he's trained more than a regular person. The person now that more videos coming out, Mayor Adams, more investigation is going on. You clearly hear somebody on the subway, another fellow New Yorker, like, yo, you're going to kill him. You're going to catch a murder charge. My wife was in the military. You know what I mean? My wife was in the military. You're going to catch a case. You're going to catch a murder charge. What was his response to the people of the jury, right? And I'm being funny, but again, I'm not. He said, remind me of that later. Remind me of that later. Oh, but you black. And the thing is, his GoFundMe is 2 million. Like 1.5. And I'm going to quote the purple tape. No names. Say yes or no. Now, I mean, he looks determined without being ruthless. Something heroic in his manner. Like, no names. 1.5. More than 1.5. Almost 2.5 million for his defense and, his legal, fees, if you will. And I'm not mad. I mean, I'm not mad. Most of it's probably for some white folks or some people that think he's a fucking hero. I mean, he's not a hero. And then as you hear more details coming out, yeah, he was yelling. He was maybe a little belligerent. He was mad. He might have took his shirt off and Michael Jackson, ah! And again, I'm being funny. Threw his shit on the ground like, yo, y'all gonna feed me. Or I'm gonna start flying some heads. What New Yorker, I mean, not to say that maybe older ladies, some women and shit, people that may not be from the town, and you never experienced nothing like this in your life because you've been living under a rock. You get on the New York subway city train station and motherfuckers come on in dancing and flipping on the poles and shit. And I move away now, you know what I mean? Now that I'm older, one, I don't want to get kicked in the face. But in all my time of riding in New York City public transportation, I never been kicked in the face. Nope, you know what I mean? Like, nothing never really crazy happened, and I seen the most, because on the train, people be doing the most. So it's just a regular day. You be on the train, going to work, hating your job. The nurse should be, swinging you back and forth, whether you got a seat or you standing up, and somebody come on there, I'm just trying to, feed myself, feed my baby. You hear all the fucking stories in the world. And this guy was a Michael Jackson impersonator, so some people was familiar with him. You don't just jump to action and spring to action on some G.I. Joe shit, like, oh, let me save the people. Save the people from what, bro? Save them from what? From somebody yelling, getting loud and getting emotional on the train? You see that shit all the time. Men, women, you see kids on there. And I hate, and the reason why I'm bringing the kids up, because I hate when they come on there with their fucking little boombox, start doing them 1-2 moves and shit. You know what I mean? Break dancing. And, Then after that, they ask them to change, but they're not robbing nobody, at least not on the train. Who knows what they're doing when they get off the train? But the thing is, we see this. This is not nothing new to the eye. So why is this man felt compelled to do what he did? And this is also another reason why he's guilty as fuck. And anybody that's saying he's a fucking hero, and those black motherfuckers that help hold homie arms down, they're some fucking cowards in my opinion. And again, if it was white, and I don't want to make it racial, like Martin Lawrence is racial, you know what I mean? Boomerang, when they was playing pool, and you know the pool table is green, so that's the world, and all the colors on the board, the pool colors, you know, that's the people of the world. And then the game is not over till the white ball knocks the black ball off the face of the earth, and that's when you win the game. If you play pool, right? Because stuff is said in truth is said in jest sometimes, right? And when you first, I know when I was young when I seen it, and when you watch Boomerang again, you watch that scene, and you watch it like, you know, because we connected now. I don't want to make it racial. But the Marine, you know, the ex-Marine, he was white, and the black person that he killed was black. This is another reason how you know it's fucking murder or manslaughter, or whatever you say. Because if it was the police, right? I want to bring it to the police. What's up, my guy? I want to bring it to the police because when it's the police, we always suspect them to display and distribute professionalism to the top of the top. Like more than food people, more than the waitress, more than anybody, because you got the right to fucking take life. Like you got the right to put it all on the line. And I was scared for my life. I want to get home to my wife. So I shot him 41 times. Right, all 6 of us shot him 41 times coming from his wedding. Right. You know what I'm talking about, Sean Dale. You know what I mean? I was afraid for my life. You want them to demonstrate and exhibit the most professionalism and nerve of steel as humanly possible. Because that's why we pay you the big bucks. And I know they don't get paid a lot, but my point is this. If it was the police, you got him. All right, you were scared for your life. We get it. Because you from the Marines. I don't know what Marines you was from. Green Beret, you know what I mean? I don't know how long you've been living in New York City, but doggy, you was really scared for your life and you was protecting everybody else? Cool. We gonna agree with you, like, even though in the real life, you need more people. Like, you know what I mean? Rockefeller, student of the game, we passed you class. Nobody can read you cats like we do. Like, you know what I mean? Even though you was scared and you was protecting everybody. You got him. You got him. You got him. The chokehold is on. The 2 minutes helping you hold him down. You have him for several minutes. Why are you still choking the life out of him? Why? I mean, you got him detained. You waiting for the officers to come. You got it. You don't have to keep squeezing the life out of him because you got him. And if it was police, you say you got Eric Gardner. You got him on the ground. You got him cuffed. You got him. You got George Floyd. He down on the ground. He can't. You know what I mean? He's defenseless, and he's removed from giving harm to you. So what's this? You know what I mean? And you look at it. He look like a little beady eye, you know, with curls. And I know we prejudging, but it's like you ain't no fucking hero. You definitely ain't saving nobody. And all you did was jump into action on some Captain America shit, on some Sergeant Slaughter shit, on some G.I. Joe shit, and you killed him. In my opinion. Tell me I'm lying. I don't always say that I'm right on the show. I know I'm not the smartest, I'm not the most educated, you know what I mean? But I do speak with honor, I do speak with integrity, and I do speak with full transparency, right? On my show, Pop If It's TV, come on in. Because that means I can see you, and you definitely can see me, because my page is open. Come on in, there's nothing to hide. The things that I don't want to talk about on this channel, I'm not going to talk about. But anything that I choose to talk about and divulge, whether about my life through personal experiences or through vicariously through some of the people that I know or met doing passing in my life, I'm going to talk about it in full transparency. You had him to the right. You and 3 other people, and you a Marine. This nigga is a fucking imitating Michael Jackson ass nigga. You know what I mean? You mean to tell me you couldn't just hold him down and wait? You had to continue to choke him. And then, like I said, the last thing before we get to this next topic is one of the passengers said to you verbally, you're going to catch a murder charge. And his words was, remind me of that later. Yeah, remind me of that later. And let's get back to that. Because right now, I'm going to kill this black nigga. Oh, but you black. Let it been a white motherfucker and some black dudes was doing that to him. Guarantee you it wouldn't been no, let's wait for the investigation and, let's see all things through and all this political shit. I guarantee you it wouldn't have been that. And I also guarantee you the black motherfuckers would have been scared to do that. I guarantee that too. Tell me I'm lying. And then show me somewhere we're on a crowded place, not in a dark alley, not in some crack fiend or some dope methazine fiend, something like that, seeing an opportunity to get a white person, a white woman, or whatever, pull a little jukes and then flee the scene. I'm talking about in broad daylight where other people is around. I dare you to do that. Black boy, black man, I dare you to do that. And you're not going to do it because you're scared to do it. Oh, but if they black, then you'll do the worst to them. And this is real. It's real disheartening to see that that he raising $200 million, and they said Jordan Seeley, his goal. And again, I'm not saying he was a saint. Obviously, he got criminal history, like myself. I'm not an angel, but that don't mean he should have been executed. Let him have his day in court. Let the courts decide. If the system fails, then oh well, we know the system ain't fucking perfect, and we know the shit ain't geared towards us anyway. Right. Go figure. But it is what it is. He was home on those 40 misdemeanors. And I guess he was allegedly kicked the old woman or whatever, or robbed the old woman. They want to keep bringing that up. Could have been my grandmother. Could have been my mom's. Could have been his sister. Could have been your grandmother. Could have been your sister. So I'm not saying it's right. But let him have his day in court. Or he should have had his day in court and not choked out and then ultimately killed. That's my only position. I'm not saying he was a fucking saint. I'm not saying that. Let's get to this other shit though. Let's talk about Ja Morant, who now they're calling Ja ignorant, right? Like, NBA playoffs is in full swing. Playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs, and I'm good in the West. You just worrying about Boston, and Boston is down 2-0, just like the Lakers. It's looking ugly in the NBA streets. But let's talk about Ja Morant, right? Let's talk about how it's not against the law. Memphis is the carry state, the show me state. We know a lot of death come in Memphis, especially black on black. You know what I mean? Oh, but you black. But it's against the NBA rules. You just had an incident previously. You just was on Jalen Rose's fake ass interview exchange. You just was in rehab. It looks bad. The optics is bad. So now he's facing a lot of backlash, a lot of pushback. Commissioner Adams is like, yo, we ain't gonna be having this shit. And the question now remains, after you lose your endorsements, possibly, maybe, kind of, sort of, how many games you going to be suspended, and how much of the bag are you going to fumble? Because allegedly, well, not allegedly, but I think right now he worth a quarter billion or something like that, $250 million for the deal that he got, not counting endorsements and shit like that. He is the face of the NFL, and who you with? One shot, one kill. What's the deal? Like, you know what I mean? We know he's one of the new faces of the league, and rightfully so. He's super talented, a little too cocky, a little too frail, if you ask me. You know what I mean? You see him hurt his wrist, jump up in the sky. He's a Skywalker. You know what I mean? Shout out to my nephew Tim, who I call that plainly, a.k.a. Young Skywalker. He's a Skywalker, and he's very, very talented. He proved himself in the gladiator field, if you will. He made it to be one of the best around, and nothing's ever going to hold him down. But it's like Ghostface said on the Purple Tape, which I quote a lot on this channel. How them flower pot heads get caught, B? You know what I mean? Like, them niggas must have been stupid. Tell me how them flower pot niggas get caught with all that loot kit. That's jet money, underground money, submarines and things. Too bad you fucked up, dummies. You just showing not only your immaturity, but you showing like, come on, my G. You kind of like just kind of showing that you like a bozo. And the thing is too, with Shannon Sharp, this is all before my guy started his song. You know what I mean? Where that shit at? And Shannon Sharp said this shit right here.
He could to lift himself and his family out of this type of environment and to get away from this. And for some reason, he wants to surround himself with these type of people. Why? Bro, you not hard.
You not hard. That's not your life. That's not your life, doggy. I'm sorry. My nigga Great FridaY and my nigga Young, right? Holding on. And you hear the skit before the song. Dog, you not hard. That's not your life. And it's not your life. You a good kid. Like we see a lot of kids in the hood. You know, you want to portray an image. You want to play a role, so, you know, so to speak. If that's what you're really trying to do. I don't really know if that's what you're trying to do. I don't know if you got people in your family that really is about that life. Because I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to say he ain't got nobody that's about that life. And, you know, just side note, just because you're about that life don't make, you know what I mean, don't make you special, don't make you the real deal, especially when it's really just black murder. You know what I mean? Like, you just killing other black niggas, you ain't killing the other, and I'm not suggesting that, but I'm saying, you know, as you get older, as we spoke about earlier in the show, getting, you know, aging with grace, embracing, you know, the Most High, letting you become older. Boy things, you know, when you was a boy, you do boyish things, or you a child, you do childish things. When you grow and you mature to a man or a woman, then you leave those childish, adolescent things alone, or you should. Because, you know what I mean? We know what a lot of people, age is just a number, and we got people in their 50s that's acting a fool, so let's be clear. But when you see somebody like him, you know, you're young, you're handsome, you're rich, you know what I mean? You bold, black, and beautiful, you know what I mean? And you got money. Like, I got money. Should some leeway be given? And you know, you hear Jalen Rose. Hold on one second. Let me just answer my guy. You know, you should be given some leeway, some grace way. And this is not to say that this is the end for Ja. I don't wish him out the NBA. I don't wish his you know, his endorsements to be taken away. I don't wish that at all. I wish somebody in his inner circle, like, you know what I mean, pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. And then the thing is, he got his whole pops. Like, you got your moms and your pops. His pops seems obviously to be strong figure within his life, help him to this point. You got to say, damn, he can't, you know what I mean, pull him by the, you know, the shoulder, yoke him up a little bit, not in a put you over my knee and spank you type of way, but just a heart to heart, like, son, you self-sabotaging right now. You're really doing the most. And even again, even though it's not maybe against the laws of Memphis, or he ain't break no laws constitutionally, legal-wise, still you in the league. You still are one of the few, 400 to 600 players in that type of, you know, fraternity. You made it. Like, mama, I made it. They got rules and regulations. They're not going to just be paying you all these millions and, you know, upon millions and Bentleys, Ferraris, and all that shit just for you to show your ass and give ass to kiss. You know what I mean? And do what you want to do. It's not going to work that way, and you're going to come out on the wrong end of it. So the thing is, you know, we want him to just use better judgment. And then the thing is, too, what up, my nigga Grab just was talking about you and playing your skit to Shannon Sharp. And you're not hard. You know what I mean? Let's play that again. You know what I mean?
He could to lift himself and his family out of this type of environment and to get away from this. And for some reason, he wants to surround himself with these type of people. Why? Bro, you not hard.
You're not
That's
hard.
not your life.
It's not your life. And the thing is, you know, some of our most important decisions that we can make in life as men, especially, because you know you're not getting no pass. And this is not no knock on the ladies. Like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? This just is one of the things to acknowledge the pros and cons. Some in men favor, some in women favor. And one of them that's not in men favor is you're going to be held accountable, especially in a court of law, in the public forum, and challenged. You're going to be held accountable. And you can run from it. You can dread it. Destiny arrives all the same. Or should I say, I have. Ladies, a little bit more, you might could get away with some things. You might could get away with it. some of the most important decisions we can make as men is the other men and people we choose to surround ourselves with and put in our inner circle. People that have leeway to your ear, that you take counsel from. And even myself included, I think back on some of the decisions I've made, even though in full, disclosure, I hold myself fully accountable for anything that I've done. Anything that I've done, I'm taking full accountability for it. I'm taking full responsibility for it. However, what I'm saying and the point that I'm making, some of the things that I take accountability for, although I have the ultimate say, I have the final say, because this is your life, and la, 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 wait till you get your money. Like, this is your life, and we all got to live ours. You may take counsel from a trusted friend, from a brother from another, from a sister that you went to high school with, or, y'all have some of the same parallels in life. You was a registered nurse. She a registered nurse. You had a baby out of wedlock. She had a baby out of wedlock. Y'all mess with the same dude, or, things of that nature. People in your circle. You smoke weed together. Y'all been through the trenches together. Now you're a little older. So they in your circle of influence. And it could be very crucial and critical to you, because even though as the adult in the room and the one that's going to have to stand trial and be accountable for what you do, you listen, or it may sway you, or it may plant seed within mind. And although you have the last say in decision making over your life, because you put such value in trusted friend, you listen to that shit. You say, you know what, such and such, they got my best interest at heart, and they may have. Then you listen to them, and it wasn't the right choice to make, but you make it anyway because you trust them. So with Ja, you see his man, shout outs to his man. His man got the camera, and he rocking and rolling. And as soon as we seen him with the burner, as soon as we seen him, holding the burner, he put the phone down, But the damage is done, because Ja, like everybody else, and it's all for sale. Everything we fucking do, bro. From taking this shit to making pancakes. Like, seriously, it's that extreme. Making pancakes, taking a shit. It's all for fucking sale. Everything is upon fucking internet. All you must do is pull out your trusted phone and start recording. And I give another example real quickly before we get to the next shit, right? I was talking about how I got mad videos that never was posted. Never. Because I'm having a good time. I got spirits in me. Whatever. I'm doing my shit. Whether for Popovich TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, or just having a good time with myself. And I got my phone out. I'm spinning the block. People do the 360 and shit. And then when I get ready to go post said pawn videos, I say, oh shit, look at my nigga in the back doing the 1-2s with Shorty. He shouldn't be doing it. Look at my man in the corner talking to Shorty, or, doing some shit that they shouldn't be doing. I can't post that. You know what I mean? Like, I know they wives. I know they girls. I know, what's going on. Vinny, what up, my nigga? I know they got a situation. So I can't put that up. I have plenty of videos that I have not put up because I was someplace with my niggas or whoever, you know what I mean? And it's not, it's not a confession. I'm just saying, like, what his man did, he was going live. He realized that his man, that he fucked with was doing a disservice to himself. So he put the phone down, but it was too late. And I'm saying, me as an honorable person, as a person of integrity, as a person who stand upon certain morals and principles, if I see something wrong in a video that's unyet released, and I'm trying to post it up for the gram, like, do it for the gram. Do it for the gram. I'm not going to put it up. I'm going to look at it and say, oh, shit, I see my man in the back doing something. You know what I mean? Oh, nah, I done call people on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you in the corner with such and such XYZ. And my man like, nah, me and my lady got an open relationship, or she ain't worrying about that. You could post a video. Well, I called females that was drunk and saying some shit they wasn't supposed to be saying. I'm recording them. You know what I mean? TMZ. And then they like, oh shit, you got me like that. Can you please delete the video? And they know who I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about. Delete. delete, not even a question. I'm not holding it for ransom or trying to get nothing from you. I don't gain nothing from that. But honor up like the movie, and shout out to Dame Dash. What his man did was honorable, it just was too late. It just was too late. We put too much shit on the internet, we incriminate ourselves. You know the story I did this shit, what was it, last year? During the pandemic, you know what I mean? When motherfuckers got all of these checks and all that, and these fucking rappers, I forget where they was from. But it's some fucking rappers, like rappers out of control. They done got some scam and some checks, couple of 100,000. They came up, like they all the way up, they came up. But then they doing the video, and they got the money in the video that they got from said checks from the government. And because of the serial numbers that they was displaying in said videos, because that's your money, son, right? Because that's your money, son. The FBI was able to put them in the jam, or pickle, if you will, and then book them. Book them, Dano. As my Uncle Jay would say, well, I forget what show that was from. If you old enough, then you know. Book them, Dano. Like, they booked themselves. Come on, bro. Pop, what up, my nigga? They booked themselves. Book them, Dano. You done got away with the crime. And if you watch Goodfellas, which is one of my favorite movies, when you see Robert De Niro after they pulled the biggest heist, at that time, one of the biggest heists of all times for the cigarettes. You know what I mean? Or whatever it was. You see homie coming to the bar with the motherfucking mink on, George Lucas, you know what I mean? Lucas or whatever, you know what I mean? Motherfucking, what's the movie? You know what movie it was, when he came in and shit. You know what I mean? He threw the motherfucking mink in the fire. Frank Lucas, I said George Lucas. I'm thinking of Star Wars. Frank Lucas, like throw the mink in the fire like Frank. That's a Jadakiss reference. And Robert De Niro like, yo, don't buy any big purchases. Keep it on low. Let's get this money. Let's wait till this shit blow over and we're going to be good. You know what I mean? And what motherfucker come in there and do? Style. You know when niggas wanted to, even though they was Italian, come in there with the fur on. The funny face, twin looking niggas. His wife got the fur on. And Robert De Niro standing there looking like he couldn't believe it. And if you watch my show, what's one of my slogans, right? When you put the beat on, you will be shocked and amazed. But on the contrary, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and amazed. Robert De Niro stood there in amazement. Like, yo, you can't believe these flower pot head ass niggas. I just told these niggas, yo, don't make no purchases. Don't buy nothing. Nigga pulled up in a pink Cadillac. Thought he was Aretha Franklin, the queen of soul. Pulled up in the fucking caddy like, yo, I told you niggas not to buy nothing. And so what did he have to do? Right. He had to start whacking these niggas. He had to start shooting them and killing them. Now, obviously, it was for greed, too. He wanted to keep that, what it was, I think, $6 million or whatever they came up on. He wanted to keep most of the money for himself. But he killed a lot of them because they was stupid, because they was flashing, because they was flamboyant. You know what I mean? Because they wanted to show that's their money, son. He killed them. And that's what a lot of us do. A lot of us, after we get away with the crime, we tell on ourselves. We tell the world, I got away with this crime. I got 2.5 million. Look at me, guys. Look at me. And you go to jail, and then you get on that line for yakisobe, chili con corn, and I don't care. And you played yourself. You know what I mean? You played yourself. And so, if you are in a life of crime, you're doing scamming, scheming, you know what I mean? Whatever it is you're doing, I'm not going to judge you unless you're doing some real underhand shit. You know what I mean? I'm not an angel. I've been up top a few times. Y'all know this. I'm not standing up here and looking down on people. I'm not never going to do that because I know I'm not perfect. And I want to be forgiven and accepted. And so I try to extend that same thing to the best of my ability. Stop telling on yourself. Stop getting on live when it ain't no rewinding the live back. See the fucking Doctor Strange mask over there? Tony, there was no other way. You're not going to be able to reverse that shit, put it back in a time loop, and make people forget that you on live with a gun or you doing some dumb dickhead shit. You're not going to reverse it. You're going to be judged and you're going to handle consequences accordingly. Let's get to some other shit though. Let's get to this shit right here, right? Speaking of dumb shit and what dumb people be doing, right? Let's get to Harlem. Obviously, another takedown has been taken down, and you say, "Damn!" Last month they did Queens. Like Queens get the money, long time no cash. Caught up in where the gun go blast. He pull out his heat first. I pull out my heat. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm alive to this day. Try to tell these young niggas that crime don't pay. He looked at me and said, "Queens niggas don't play. Do your thing." You know what I mean? I stay out of my way. And that's a Prodigy reference. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Queens just had a big takedown. I think like 100 and something people took them down. You want to live that life? You want to be a part of the streets? You want to be a part of that gang? Well, come on over here. We got a seat for you. We got a nice garb and clothing and stitch for you that's going to fit you real well. We got a whole setup and system. We got beds for you. You ain't got to worry about rent. You ain't got to worry about clothes. You ain't got to worry about no Timbs. You ain't got to worry about the phone call and calling your family no more because Securus will take care of all of that for you. No need for no more fancy iPhones. No need for no more wave spinning. You know what I mean? I'm being funny, but I'm not. Because I've been up north a few times, and I'm not an angel. And I know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that I was right, yet to fail. So out of New York now, again, now that was in Queens last month, or maybe it was like 2 months ago. Now this month, we got some famous rapper, famous drill rapper at that, who I never heard of, called Chef G. Chef G, cooking in the pot, Chef G. You know, got taken down with like 32 other people for some gang shit, racketeering, the RICO shit, attempt murder, and other things more hideous than that, right? So when you see the video of him putting the guns in, you know what I mean, in the video, he in the car, he in the front seat, he got like 2 people in the back, some of his cronies and shit. They all got taken down. They all going to jail probably for a long time. And the thing is, you was a rapper. You a drill rapper. You know, and that has no here nor there. You a rapper, you made it, according to, you know, when you watch the news. Drill rapper, but you committing crime. You influencing and dictating other people to commit crime. And when you hear some of the shit they was talking about, like his money he making off of rap money, and how Nas says sometimes the rap games reminds me of the crack game. You know what I mean? You taking your rap money to fund this street fantasy island shit, and you buying motherfucking steak dinners. You buy them, you know what I mean? You taking niggas to the mall on some like they your bitches, they your little side pieces, and this shit is really, it's really sad. It's really, when you look at it, you say, God damn, bro. Black people, but you black. Like Joe Pesci and the Lethal Weapon. And that's why I quoted on this channel a lot. I be being funny, but I'm not. I be playing, but I'm not. But you black. And you want to go to South Africa? Apartheid? Like, you want to go to South Africa? He couldn't believe it when he told him, like, I want to go. He was like, but you black. Why would you want to go? You know what I mean? And that's why I quoted, because, like, we do each other the filthiest. We so much sometimes display some of the dumbest shit on the planet. I gotta keep it a buck. And at one point in time, you know, I probably was caught up in the wave. I probably would have championed that shit on. But as you get older, as you mature, as you appreciate life, as you get older, as the Lord bless you to live a little longer, you say, damn, bro, that ain't the wave. That's not it. Like Shorty was saying when he went, that's not it. Like, you're not hitting the right spots. That's not it. And Scorpios, we the best. You influencing other people around you because you the rapper, you the star, you the one with the bread. Take a nigga to Ricardo's or little steak dinner, little sirloin, New York slice, you know what I mean? Order to commit more crime, to terrorize the people, and then some people get hit up and they're not even the intended target. Some accident murderers shit. Nas and Rick Ross, accident murderers, act like you killed on purpose, lying that you put work in. You ain't mean to murk him. Your gun's a virgin. The streets is full of y'all. Streets is full of y'all. And if you're familiar with Popovich TV and my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. There's only one person that I ever met, and I won't say his name, from Harlem. When I first heard the story, I was like, man, I think he just still saying this because this is what he had to say, and this is his story of trying to get leniency. And he only got 10 years for killing his man. But they was young, project building, you know what I mean? A fight broke out, and man pulled out a gun or somebody else. He just was there, even though he is a blood member, you know what I mean? So again, you don't know what I'm talking about. I never say no names. I don't incriminate nobody on the show. I speak about topics only for learning purposes and lessons inside of the real life situations. So anyway, you know what I mean? He wrestled the gun from the person, the gun went off, and that's the story he obviously ran with. And so the reason why I bring him up, because he's the only person I ever heard say, nah, I killed somebody. I'm in here for a body, but I didn't mean to kill a person. You know what I mean? I didn't go with intentions to kill. I killed my man, and it was by accident. So like I said, when I first heard the story, I'm like, maybe he just, you know what I mean, still running with it. You know, you never can tell when you locked up and you're around criminals and some of the most low-life motherfuckers on the planet. And this just is what it is. And if you ever been there, then you know what I'm talking about. Ain't nothing nice. Maybe he ain't want to, you know what I mean, say the wrong thing and somebody hear the situation and like, oh, nah. You know what I mean? He in here running this story, so maybe he just was still sticking to the script, or maybe he really was genuinely in there for murdering his man, but it was accidental. But I'm only saying that because people ain't gonna admit to being an accident murderer. You ain't gonna, if you catch a body and you locked up, you're gonna be like, nah, I caught a body. You ain't gonna be like it was accident. You ain't gonna be like I was shooting from behind the taxi, or I was in the Uber. And like Tori said, no more putting shooters in the Uber, because they can't hide back in when they, you know what I mean? Like you ain't gonna admit to that. You ain't got the guts to admit to that. Like, oh nah, I murdered, you know what I mean? I caught a body, but it was an accident. Who really is admitting to that? So that's why I was looking at him with the side eye. But in my months and times of spending with him, turns out that he is an honorable person. Turns out he's really a good kid. When I met him, he was 26 years old. You know what I mean? Just like myself. You know what I mean? Had been locked up, got locked up young in his teens, did 10 years, etc. You know what I mean? And I'll just leave it like that. But from Harlem, turned out to be a good brother. But a lot of people is accident murderers. And with this, you know, Chef G shit and everybody they got taken down with them, because, you know, even though when you watch the story, if you go on YouTube like I did and you look on the news channel and shit, before they go raid them, you hear the commanding officer saying like, we could have took down more. Like, who we going to take down now? This was due diligence. Because even I spoke about it on the channel, Lisa Everett, the street soldiers, etc. A lot of people are speaking out. A lot of parents are like, damn, my child is not really involved in the gang. They share Facebook group, or they may live in the same building, or they may come from the same block, or they may even be with the gang. You know what I mean? Keeping it a buck. But they're not involved and they're not entrenched in taking life. The drug activities, they just down for namesake and protection. Let's keep it a buck. Now that the numbers have swelled for the Bloods and shit, you know what I mean, and the Apes and all, you know, all these different, you know, sets and all that. Now that's in New York, and y'all know I'm fully well versed because at the time that this shit was birthed and came through, I was in the prison system at that time, so I'm fully aware. I got people in the family, I know people, etc. So I'm only just pointing that out for people like, yo, you know, who gives you right to speak upon it? I'm giving right because I have full fucking experience in dealing with this shit. That's why I have right. With that being said, some is just down just to be down. Like, down with the kings. You want to be down with the kings. Like, you just down just to be down. But you're not really entrenched. You have no power. You have no say. You give no fucking order. You hold your fucking tongue and you get told what to do. And you hope that you don't get foot to ass. Some of these young brothers, they hoping that they don't get foot to ass. That's really what it's about. They don't hold no position. So I'm saying that to say, a lot of them is getting taken down in these sweeps. They getting taken down. But they have done nothing except just be associated namesake wise They have done nothing. And although I feel like, you down with the gang, so you do incur some type of accountability, I don't think you should be sucked up into the RICO law. I don't think you should be given 10, 15, 20 years for murders and shit you had no knowledge of. You took no partake in it, or none of that. But when you look at the Chef G, the rapper, etc., giving out these steak dinners, treating some of his members, his loyal, vowed members to certain, gifts and shit, this shit is just buffoonery. And it's like you ain't building for nothing positive. You're not building for nothing that's gonna last, and then you throwing your life away. That's really what it is. And you see him when they taking him in, you smiling and shit. And then again, like I spoke with about John Morant, you online with the guns flashing. What you think gonna happen? They said this was a 3-year investigation. So you being investigated for 3 whole fucking years. They doing their due diligence so that they can get you. And you think you getting away with it because they letting you live. You tap dancing out here. You getting away with it. You credit card swiping. You shooting at the ops. You feeling invincible. You feeling like Scarface. And then, as all things come, the bill comes due. Like the dude told Dr. Strange, the bill always comes due. You're not getting away with nothing. You're not gonna outrun the long arm of the law. You're not gonna get away. You're gonna be tagged, bagged, and shipped off. You know what I mean? Shipped up north for a long time. And if you have no knowledge, if you're not educated, you don't have no money to protect, to pay said fucking lawyer to defend you, you're gonna go down. And you're gonna go down hard and fast, and then you're gonna be locked up with 30 years on your conscience, asking, was it all worth it? To get a little bit of glory, to get a little bit of fame. What is it? Flag Star Brothers or Rap Star Brothers and all these elaborate fly fucking names. That shit is short-lived, and like Nas said, some dudes had just only a year of balling. Counterintelligence found a strange evidence. Still we behind the heat. He said, still we behind the wheel with heat on us, hanging with predicates, positions placed in Cajun, waves spinning like Mike Bivens from New Edition agent. I got family, I'm speaking. Like, come on, bro. You don't want to be down like that. You don't want to be locked up with 30 years on your conscience. Like, damn, what could have been? You know what I mean? Just for a quick 5 moments of fame or somebody, tapping you on the shoulder or patting your head like, good job, boy. Nah. That yakisobe ain't worth that, bro. I'm telling you. That yakisobe chili con corn is not worth what you think you're going to get. It's not worth the little bit of props you're going to get. And you see them smiling. Get that fucking camera off me. You spitting in the camera. All that shit look good. All that shit sound good. And in your mind, you think you playing a role for the other people to still look at you and hold you in a certain high esteem or high value of position. When really, you just playing yourself out of position. And when you get locked up, unlike Cali, unlike LA, where if you a certain set, you certain gang politics, they separate you. The Bloods over here, the Crips over here, etc. From shit that you read about. Obviously, I've never been locked up in the Cali fucking jail, and I hope to never be locked up with those motherfuckers. Like, you know what I mean? I hope I never have to be locked up over there. But with that being said, over here, you with everybody unless you in PC. So that means if you was a Crip, you know what I mean, and you were a rolling Crip or whatever, a trade Crip or a G-Star, whatever the fuck you are, when you get locked up and you go to Rikers or you go wherever you're going where the Bloods is at. And if they have, predominantly the numbers, in which they do a lot of times when you go to these facilities, you're gonna be outnumbered, you're gonna be outgunned, you're gonna get done dirty. like how Jada said, to the Bloods tear him up or the Brooklyn niggas to pound him. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get done dirty. And the people that you think is riding with you by your side They're not going to be by your side. They're going to watch you get your ass whipped. They're going to watch you get your face cut. They're going to watch you get done filthy, especially by the officers. You have no fucking wins, especially when the officers step in. You may have some loyal, hell of a friend, hell of a comrade that's willing to put freedom and life on the line for you, and you may for him. But that shit rare. That shit is like a fucking unicorn. And chances are you're just gonna be there by your lonesome getting your ass whipped. That's the facts. Can't sugarcoat it. I can't make it sound good. I can't squeeze no lemon on it like it was salmon. Make it smell better. Shit is shit. And even if you spray lemon on it, it's just some lemon smelled shit. Go figure. And it still ain't gonna probably smell like lemon shit. I just made that up. You know what I mean? Let's talk about some other shit though. Like on the less lighter note. I got time. I got a little more time. You know what I mean? Pop up his TV, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so when I upload my videos, you get alerted. Let's get to this ASAP Rocky shit, right? Him and Rihanna had their son or whatever, and they named their son RZA, like after the RZA from Wu-Tang Clan, like you know what I call for. I want to hear that Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang again and again and again. Like, Wu-Tang Clan coming at you. Protect your neck, you know what I mean? Watch Step Kid. And I met the RZA out in LA with Dame Dash at the movie premiere, On Up. Same time I met Kanye, Kim K, you know what I mean? And the other, something white. I forget the brother name off top. The other movie star, black brother. You know what I mean? Shout out to the RZA. Got to talk with him, chop it up with him. Real down-to-earth guy, etc. Obviously a legend in hip-hop. The Avid. And I quote Wu-Tang in, you know what I mean, the Purple Tape a lot on the channel. But anyway, him and Rihanna, they named their son the RZA something, whatever, after ASAP. And I say, but people is, they looking at ASAP Rocky with the side eye. And I'm not going to say it's not warranted because we seen the album cover, or we seen the magazine cover rather. See him looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, looking a little nervous. You know what I mean? With the femininity and you know how he's being portrayed. Let's just keep it a buck. I did a story on this. I did a show on this. Go see the other video I did. With that being said, with this one here, you know, ASAP Rocky, obviously he's named after Rakim, if you didn't know. You know what I mean? My name is Rakim Allah, and I'm an Asian Jabraz, a Jigga Brown. It still comes out, one of the best in hip-hop, top 50 MCs of all time. So I could get with he like, yo, you know what I mean? We're gonna do something different. And to me, that's really what it boils down to. I don't really look at it like, he's being played or, Rihanna got a hold on him, which she probably does have a hold on him. But I look at it in the sense of, you got the Jay-Z's and the Blue, the Ivy Blue, the Northwest, Southwest, with these artists and these entertainers. They want to do something so unique, or they try to create a trend or move, people in a certain direction where they got to come up with this, things that seem like it never was heard before. And even though obviously RZA, you don't hear nobody with the name RZA and the Jizza, and then obviously you have the SZA with the female, R&B singer whose songs that I like, some of her songs. I could see them naming their son RZA, so whatever, I guess after him and the middle name, last name. I don't think it's a big deal. I think the people that's talking about this, like, yo, he's a sucker, he's a simp. I'm not saying he's not. He has looked suspect in a lot of regards, especially when you hear Rihanna talking to Oprah about how her grandmother said, the man she gets with, she shouldn't get with no man unless he loves her more than she loves him. So, you see that dynamic. Obviously, she's worth a Billy. She's a Billy Gold with her, her makeup line, etc. So he is the lesser. You know what I mean? We see some suspect things going on in their relationship, or it gives cause for pause, and you looking at with the side eye. I get that part. All right, cool. I don't think this is one of them. I think it's just like, I think they just trying to outdo other people that's in the industry, other famous couples who has famous babies. That's how I view it. I view it like, what's a fly name we can name our son? Let's name him after the RZA. You know what I mean? The head of the Wu-Tang Clan, the Abbott, one of the best hip hop producers of all time, and he is. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, RZA is one of the best. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. From the Purple Tape to the Genius album to ODB to the, you know what I mean, the Double Dip. Let's be clear. RZA is one of the best. Method Man, I don't like so many hits under his belt. It's a no wonder people was asking him how you not burnt out by doing all these albums. How are you not burnt out? So I got him, Dre, Teddy Riley, you know what I mean? Jermaine Dupri, Dr. Dre, obviously, if I didn't say him already. Who else? Yeah, those are just to name a few. Dr. Dre, RZA, Jermaine Dupri, Teddy Riley. Might be forgetting a few people off rip, but that's not what that's not what this topic is about. The topic is about is ASAP Rocky a sucker for naming his son after another man? Should he have put his foot down like, yo, this is my firstborn, my first son, or whatever the case? We're naming him after my name. We're not naming him no RZA. Fuck, I'm going to name him, another man after another man. This is my legacy. This is my seed. I can understand where people are saying that, but again, I don't think this is where like Rihanna twisted his finger or put the gun to said head and say, yo, we're gonna name him this and you're gonna go along with it. Otherwise, we're gonna dissolve this situation. I don't see it as that. Like his mom's again, ASAP Rocky. She named him after the Rakim. Then you see ASAP Mob. It was ASAP Ferg, ASAP this, ASAP that. Like the Wu-Tang. So, I don't see this as a big deal. I think it's more so to them trying to come up with such a unique name that, when you hear it, you think of them, or it's like, oh, that's Rihanna and that's ASAP Rocky's son. That's their lineage or whatever. As opposed to naming them another name or naming them after me. I don't think it's that serious. Honestly, I don't. That's just my take on it. Let me know what you think about that. Whether whether he's a sucker again or a simp mangina ass nigga, we'll never know. You know what I mean? Or we will know as time progresses and we see how things play out. A lot of people is betting it's not gonna last. I'm not praying for that. I'm not rooting for that. I would love for them to stay together forever and ever. And ever. Like, sorry, Miss Jackson. I would love for them to stay together forever. Like, you chose him, he chose you, y'all made a family together. Stay the fuck together. Don't go breaking it up for the next hot girl or the next hot thing. But in my humble opinion, or what I think will happen, if we look into a crystal ball and Tony, there was no other way. Do I think it's gonna last? No, I don't. I don't think it's going to last. But I'm not hoping for that. I just don't think it will, based on the dynamics and how, I see things moving in the background. But that's just a hunch. I could be wrong. But speaking of seed, speaking of said a legacy, let's talk about the brat, her wife. They about to give birth. We already know they was pregnant with said child. And you say, damn, the brat and wife? Right, yeah, because they're a lesbian couple. They have the alphabet community. They of that vibe. They of that genre. They of that wave. And more power to them. I mean, and we all shall be questioned on what we do on this earth. Even them. Even the celebrities that some of y'all may hold dear to one's heart. Not me, but some of y'all. When you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. But this is what I want to talk about because I found this interesting. It's not really so much about them, even though it is about them. But they, they got the artificial insemination or whatever, obviously, because no man has came into pawn the brat. She's the one with child, even though the wife, I believe, has 2 children or 3 children from men. She got pumped, got filled with the semen, got the club shot up, then had said children, right? So let's be clear on that. But now she likes women. She's a lesbian. She's want to be with a woman. She's with a woman, and now she's married to a said woman that was a star, rap star, named the Brat. Guess a few weeks back or whatever, you know what I mean? I have been off social media and YouTube for a while. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just take a break from this shit. It's for mental health reasons. It's to cleanse, to relieve, to have burden, you know what I mean, lifted for myself personally. Even though I love doing the show. I love doing my show. I love talking my shit. I love talking to the people. Even though we still struggle streaming over here, it is what it is. I accept everything that comes with that. I love doing the show. I feel guilty and I feel something within me when I don't do the show. But I haven't done the show in a while. You look at the last video I did, it's probably about like 12 days ago. You know what I mean? Just took a break, just fell back, living life like we living life. And I'm living life like it's golden. Burden feel lifted from not having to just always gotta upload and post some shit on social media, especially Instagram and all that shit. Do it for the gram, do it for the gram, ho, ho. Like, do it for the gram, ho, ho. So anyway, a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks or whatever, the Brat came out, her and her wife. I guess whoever was asking them, I don't know if it was TMZ or another big media outlet was asking them, like, is what ethnicity is the sperm donor? You know what I mean? Is he black? Is he white? You know what I mean? Black or white? Like, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. And I guess, or maybe they got in front of it because they knew it would come out eventually. The child is going to be born. We are going to see if it's mixed dynamic or mixed race or whatever. And I don't care about that. But the Brat in them said it is a white man, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. They said he's going to be handsome. The person was handsome. But the black donor that they had, I guess they have pictures of the people that donated, which I think is kind of strange. Where you get to see the person, because I thought it's supposed to be anonymous, so that's why I'm saying that. Thought it was supposed to be anonymous. And me, myself, personally, I never donated to the sperm bank. Now, I didn't, you know what I mean? Donated other places. Scorpios, we the best. I may have donated on some other regions, you know what I mean, and some other parts of the earth. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. But never in a sperm bank, and I never will. I never will give my seed to some doctors or some nurses or go come in the cup, even if I'm down on my luck. I might give blood if I'm down on my luck. But y'all can have the blood. You can't have the seed, right? So I believe the Brat was like the one black person or the one donor. He was ugly. He wasn't up to snuff. Maybe with the height, looks, genetics, and which I find interesting anyway. Oh, but you black. I like the famous line in the Malcolm X movie with Denzel. I am Malcolm X. What makes you ashamed of being black? What makes you ashamed? What makes you, no, you in the back, sister, brother, what makes you ashamed of being black? And you say he was ugly or he didn't fit the bill or the height or whatever, and even though they got a mixed baby or a white baby that's mixed black now with black, melanin in them, they're like, he's handsome, right? And you hear, throughout times, I'm old enough to have heard women, say they don't want to be with a certain type of black individual because the baby going to come out too black. The baby's going to be too black, or, they don't want their child going through hardship. Right. You know what I mean? And although I'm of a light skin, guy, I'm still black. You know what I mean? And that's what I claim, and that's the story I'm sticking to, and I'm sticking to it. Right. I said, damn. I mean, like, these fucking two lesbian broads, they get to go to a fucking sperm donor center, pick out whoever they want, right? Then pick the black brother, even though both of them are black. And that's their prerogative. That's their right. So that's not really what I'm getting to. I just wanted to preference my statements and comments with that first. Because this is what I really want to ask. I want to ask the men. Like, where the fellas at? Where all of my guys at, right? So I'll be like, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? And this might rub some of you ladies the wrong way, especially if you of that community. Fellas, do you think it should be a law, or do you think it should be something in place that if you do give said seed, just seed, to these clinics or whatever, for couples to come in and have life, you know what I mean? Offer your seed to the alphabet community. How do you feel that it's two women having your said seed, right? Like for the brother who they talking about, because I was surprised that they was mentioning him the way they was, like whoever this gentleman is, when they was like he wasn't attractive, or he was, you know what I mean, dark skin and complexion, or they just was talking down. It's just like, you could tell us as a black guy, so why are you talking down to the black man? That's my question. You could have kept that shit a secret. And like Drake said, they love to talk all that shit when I was out of town, but when I'm there, not a sound. That'll make me jot it down, go in the booth and lay your body down. Like when I'm around, it's not a sound. But when I'm away, y'all niggas got a lot of shit to say. Talking all the shit behind my back, yet you got my seed. Who the fuck is you, bitch? Like, you know what I mean? And that's just like some of the thoughts that came to my head. Like, honestly speaking, like, I'm thinking like, damn, if you're a man and you, for whatever reason, you choose to go give your seed to the donor clinic, right? Whether they pay, do they pay you? I gotta Google that. Do they pay you to give your seed, right? You go give your seed because you want to help a family, get pregnant, right? Should it be a law, or should you have say over your said seed? Like, I don't want two women to have my seed. If it's not a man and a woman, I don't want my seed given away. Should it be some type of rule or something put in place for that? How do you feel about that? That the brat and her lover, her wife, they was able to say, well, we chose the white seed over the black seed because he was ugly, or he wasn't tall enough, or he didn't have the chiseled jaw like we was looking for. And I get it. If you can pay your money, because that's your money, son, right? Because that's your money. You should be able to pay for what you want. But as a man who don't believe in that, I don't. You're not going to make me sway my beliefs. You're not going to shame me to sway in my beliefs. Now, you could do what you want, though. And we all going to be judged. So I'm not going to, I'm not going to spend my time talking down on you, judging you. I'm going to say my piece, but you could do what you want. But with my seed, I wouldn't want my seed to go to an alphabet couple. I wouldn't want that. It would have to be a man and a woman for me. How do you feel about that as other men? Hearing what the brat and her wife said on why they chose who they chose to be the donor of their child. Do you feel some type of way knowing that, your child is being raised by two women absent of a man? Do you think two women could do the same as a man and a woman? Do you think your child is, it's your child, but technically they're raising them and stuff, so it's their child. Do you think said child will get raised as he would with a male and a female? Should it be laws that say, I'll give my donation. I'm going to the bank to make a big donation. Like, big B's. I'm being funny, but I'm not. I'm going to the bank to make a big donation. Like Marl Lawrence says, Sply, you could have had all that, but you was being difficult. You could have had all that, but you was being difficult. You went to the sperm bank, you skied it off to the window, to the wall. Now your seed is in the cup, and you have no say over where it goes. You have no say that it's going with two women, the brat and her wife, or, whoever. Or should you have a say, even though you donating your sperm? I think it should be say. That's my stance. I think it should be stay over your sperm and where it's going and what household it should go into, what incubator it should go into. I don't think it should just go anywhere. That's just my take. All right, we've been on for a little minute. We about to get out of here. But I want to get out of here with this last shit. Like, this last shit is it's a good story. Obviously, anybody that can go viral or they have their moment to shine, I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, do you? So what's the artist coming on TikTok? His name is Tusi, I believe. Tunsi, right? And he got the song called Favorite Song. And the shit is a big hit song. Anywhere you go. In fact, I was outside the other day. In case you've been under a rock and you don't know what I'm talking about.
She's even better when you wake up.
So that's your favorite song now. Everybody playing this bullshit.
No me here.
No me here. Hope the women take heed. Alright, so we got the young brother Tusi. I believe he's a Nigerian or he's he's from the islands or whatever. And shout outs to him. I mean, he got a hit on his hands. A lot of the young kids like it. A lot of the women like the song. And when you hear the lyrics of the song, it's a good song. It's well written. I don't like the song. Meaning I don't like the rhythm of the song, how he's singing the song. It sounds off beat, off kill. It's like one of those, you know what I mean? Like, is it really on beat? Every time you listen to it, it sounds like it's off beat, like somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. Maybe that's what they was going for. But I like the message of the song. Obviously, like, you look tired. You want somebody to rub your back. And we all want love. Like, we all searching for love. Life is short. And even in this day and time, they say that it's more lonely people than ever. It's more people that's, lonely and miserable. Believe it or not. In the words of Kevin Samuels, die alone. Men and women, even though I think men embrace it better. I think we're better built for it. You know what I mean? If you will. If you had to say, men, do they accept dying alone and being by themselves? Or women, how the Most High made us? I think men are more built for it. And I'm not being biased because I am a man. I'm a man. You know what I mean? Like the signs of civil rights, I'm a man. Or women, wanting family, desiring kids to find fulfillment, etc., things of that nature. But when you hear him, he's saying, I think you look good, better with no makeup. Like even when you wake up, you look better with no makeup, without them bum-ass eyelashes. You got to say, men been saying this. Men have been saying this for a while now. So my question is, salute to the brother for making a hit song, for making it famous on TikTok. And I think he was an artist before TikTok. It's just that this particular song boosted him to the rafters, you know what I mean? And now, like, he's really on. Do you think women will take heed? That is the question. That is the question posed. Do you think women will take heed? Like, yeah, I do look better with no makeup. I do look better without those fucking Batman eyelashes. I do look better without those go gadget eyelashes. And this is just a side note. I don't want to talk down to women. I don't want to where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? This is not really about that. But honestly, when me and my guys is together, when me and my bros is together, and you can say we childish, you can say, whatever, y'all don't get no bitches or whatever you want to say. We good. I mean, we always been good once we found said value in self, once we found said self-confidence. Never had a problem pulling women. Some of the baddest, even some of the ugliest. Like, it is what it is. Like Jada said, catch me late night creeping with two deuces. Like, yeah, all the same. Good and bad. Pull both. Even the self-built sevens. Because you a seven. I hear you, Nicki Minaj, like you a seven. You a built-in seven. And I'm being funny, but I'm not. And I fuck with you, Nicki. Will you take heed to what he's saying? Because men been saying this. And the point that I was going to make is, when we together, me and my guys or whoever, family and nephew, whoever, when we see one of you chicks with the Batman eyelashes, and I'm being funny, but I'm not, with the the gargantuan eyelashes and shit look like it's weighing you down. Shit look like if you jump off a building, you probably could flap and fly with them shits. We laugh at you. We not even secretly. We be like, damn, you see when we walk by, you be like, you see shorty with them fucking eyelashes on? Shits look horrible. This is what I say. This is what some of the men that I, converse with say. Now, you cannot give a fuck about it. I understand that. You don't really give a fuck. You're doing it for you. You're doing it for you, and that's you, and you're going to come out in your own way. I get that part. But this is what the men is saying. When we see you, we say, damn, that shit look fucking horrible. Especially you older women that's trying to look like you're young. You can still look beautiful and still look, desirable and attractive in your own way as you age without that shit. Definitely without trying to look young. That shit look horrible. Especially the cheap ones. And again, I probably couldn't tell what's cheap and what's not cheap. But I mean like the big gory ones. The ones that look like, again, it's a fucking, like a whole hand. That shit is like a fucking wing. Like a never-ending story wing on a bird. Flapping in the wings. Like, that shit is blowing in the wind. For real. Like, I'm being funny, but I'm not. When this guy Tootsie says in the song, I'm on stage right now singing your favorite song, looking in the crowd, not seeing your face while the crowd sing along. I see you looking good. I see you looking good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I rock with him when he said, I just don't like the sounding of the song. What he's saying, I like. What he's saying, I think, is fly. I think the song is fly. But will women take heed now? Now that this is a TikTok sensation. See you with no makeup on, like even when you wake up. And men tell women this all the time. But y'all not wearing the makeup for us. Y'all not wearing the eyelashes for us. You're not wearing the weaves for us. You're not wearing the girdles for us. You're not wearing the spandex under the spandex for us. You're not doing this for us. And this is not a bash or a beat down. It's simply to say, one, I don't share popular opinion of song. I like the words of the song. I don't like the song. I don't like how the song is sung. What's up, Vals? Valerie, what up? I don't like how the song is sung. I don't like the cadence of it. It sounds off rhythm. But I do like what he's saying. Because most men will tell women, not only their women that they're with, but other women, you look better without all that shit on anyway. But some women will say, it enhances me. It just accentuates my beauty. And sometimes you're right. Sometimes a little blush or, whatever y'all put on, it does highlight your beauty. But this is for African Americans, right? Because I'm black, even though I'm mixed. I think we got the best features, the best bodies, is symmetry and all that shit. But we cover that shit up with so much other shit, you can't even tell that it's you. So with a brother like this, bro, I think he's 23 years old, singing like, yo, you look good even without that shit on. Even when you wake up, without the fake eyelashes. Will women take heed, or is this just another song for you to be on your social media talking about how you look good with no makeup on? And, like even the weave, the wigs and the weaves and all that shit. Some women with just their natural, regular hair braided look way better than the shit that they be putting on. But some women that's not gonna hear what I'm saying and think I'm attacking. They're gonna say, yeah, but you like the Instagram models, or you double tapping on, the fake and made up, and yeah, nigga a smash, a nigga a double tap and keep it pushing. But what will a gentleman or a real guy prefer to bring home to his family, to bring home to his moms and his pops, if they of worth any value? You want to bring somebody that that's confident, that's naturally beautiful. And then when you look at the video, the woman looks Spanish. I'm gonna say she looked either Dominican, maybe Cuban, maybe Spain, Puerto Rican or whatever, Colombian, or maybe she could be a light-skinned black woman. But obviously she look she look. I think she looks attractive. You can't see overly gory makeup on her face. But I just hope women take heed to it. Just don't make it a fad song. Make it a song that like, oh yeah, I do look better in my natural self. You know what I mean? Because again, men all we could do is shape ourselves up, shape up wise, put some Vaseline on our lips, maybe some baby oil on our face or some Aveeno on your skin, and you got to face the world the way you are. Now you can work out to build your body up, but you are who you are, and you was, you know, who you was before you got here, if you believe in that. You know what I mean? That's called creed of Allah. You know what I mean? You was who you was before you got here. So I love that about being a man, and that I don't gotta put on so many wigs and fucking makeup and nail lashes and all that shit. I wake up in the morning, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I put lotion, Vaseline, or baby oil on my face, and that's my face, and that's who I am. And whether you think I'm handsome, whether you think I'm ugly, it doesn't matter, because some people are gonna think that I'm handsome, which I do think I'm handsome, and that's number one. Number one. And some people are gonna think that I don't look handsome, I don't look attractive, and I'm okay with that. Once you accept that, that's true self-love and true self-worth. And I wish more women was like that, because again, not to draw this out that much longer, y'all don't face the world as your true self. Maybe once in a while, but you got so much makeup and Madagascar and all the shit you putting on, you're not really facing the world as your true self. And so you become like, I'm gonna get you sucker when the lady got the fake leg on, a fake wig, fake titties, fake everything. It probably makes it a little harder for you to face the world and hear the harsh truths of reality. You know what I mean? And you think of men. Like I said, some men may put the airbrush on their beard now when they get older, just for men. You know, you may see some men put a wig on and, you know, what's the shit for the hair? Like, I'm going a little light. I've been going a little light. I did the video. Go look at my Instagram. But I'm fine with who I am. Some men may put that shit on their head to make it look like they still got their hair, right? But for most men, from birth, from when you get older, all you have is you wash your body, you wash your face, you get a shape up, you put Vaseline, baby oil, or Aveeno, and that's your face. That's it. Your body is your body. You can build your body in the gym, or you can eat right, and that's your body. And you face the world as you are. You face the world as the Most High made you. And because we face the world that way, we have more thick skin. We don't really worry about what other men is saying about us, what other women are saying about us. We don't worry about it. We short or we tall. You may have occasions, people making songs, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl out young. I was spoiler. You have little spots of that. But for the most part, you have men face the world as is. And that makes us stronger. That makes us accept who we are and where we are in life. And so you're either going to accept it or you're going to embrace it and try to get better. With the women, for people that's just joining in, we're talking about the favorite song, dude, and how the song is a good song, and a lot of y'all going crazy over it. I don't like the song, how it sounds. I like the words of the song and how he's telling women what men been telling women, because you could be in a relationship with a woman telling her like, yo, I like you looking natural. I like you without doing all that shit, but they're still going to do it. They're not going to care if you like them for that. So I'm saying, is it going to be a fad where women is listening to what he's saying, or is it just going to be a song and, you know, you're still going to put globs and globs of makeup? Because the thing is, you can look how you look at the club, but after you get taken home, if you choose to live that life, and you bust cheeks and you know what I mean, you ride the carousel, in the morning when you get out the shower, when you wake up, do you look like how you looked last night? No, you don't. And so now the guy has cause for pause. Like, damn, you didn't look like how you looked last night. Now, I'm not saying you can't put a little eyelash or whatever it is to accentuate, but I'm saying overall, we see some of these videos where women have put makeup on their face and they don't look nothing like how they look without any of that shit. So it's like, as a man, do I have to accept that? I don't. And you have to accept if a man accepts that or not. You have to live with that, because you the one put the push-up bra. You the one put the eyelash. You the one, you know what I mean, made your nose look smaller. Like you made your nose look so narrow because of the shit you put on. You did that. So now when all that shit comes off in the heat of passion on that hot shower while you busting cheeks, now the guy's like, oh shit, you don't look nothing like how you looked last night. And I'm not really attracted to you as I was last night. You can't be mad at that. So I think the brother message is good. You got little kids, little girls singing, see you ain't no song with no makeup on. Like, you know what I mean? And hopefully out of all this you get to learn to love yourself and accept yourself for who the Most High made you, because you could not even be here. Some people, they blind. Some people, they don't have no lips. Some people nose is pushed in. Some people don't have no eyesight. Some people don't have no hands, or they got one hand grown, they got one finger grown out. Some people don't have no fingers. Like, so be grateful, be appreciative, be thankful for what the Most High bless you with, and you're going to come out in your own way. But you know what it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. Yeah, that's my show. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here. One more again. What up, young lady? We closing out now. Watch the replay. Yeah, kid.